Let's get our asses back to town and hopefully not get shot on sight because we've been a naughty boy that pissed off everybody. But I'm also still confused about those shots I heard earlier, which certainly sound like maybe all the people I freed all went out and shot each other, but I didn't see any evidence of what happened next, so I don't really know what those sounds are supposed to reflect. I don't know. Maybe the game just randomly, because I was at a gate once in the other Terra 2 location, Emerald Vale, where when we went up to the gate, you just heard some action noises outside, so maybe that's just like a thing that happens just to make it feel all lively and all that, but it kind of had like its own implication due to the context in which I encountered that liveliness.
Damn right we left the lab. What's left there that's worth dying for?
You let them get away. Worthless, the lot of you.
Well, you get what you pay for, don't you?
We're gonna have the perfect ending of the storyline where everyone's mad at everyone, including me.
Doc Crane better get over himself.
Yeah.
That no-account fool Porter and his crew are even more worthless than I could have imagined. They've abandoned their posts. This is madness.
Oh, I can lie. Nah. Yes. Or I can just say, tell it to him to his face. Open rebellion's not really helpful though. The outlaws got away with the research.
That's all manner of distressing. There truly is nothing left for me. Did you find my colleague, Jameson?
He's fine. See, good news.
Jameson. I didn't do right by him, did I? Only cared about how he helped or hurt my research.
You really didn't care about him at all, though, did you? It's all about your ambition.
You understand nothing. Me least of all.
Oh, but I do. You believe you care. But that's just guilt. Deep down, you know you don't.
That's not true. I'm a man of great caring.
About paperwork and demerits. If you won't admit you're shallow to me, at least admit it to yourself.
I'd never own up to that, though it be true. It's this place, this colony. You can see that, can't you? I need to get to Byzantium. It's the only place life can have meaning.
Your life won't have meaning anywhere. You're empty and bitter, and will be wherever you go.
You're right. And what's worse, I've always known it. But there's nothing to be done. This is the life I've made for myself.
Not just for you. I hope everyone who died for your damn toothpaste haunts you for the rest of it. They let you get fucking dark. One of those is just like, I guess you better kill yourself, is basically the other option. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like in one room, they're like, let's be compassionate with this, I guess it's part of the role-playing thing, is letting you do a bunch of different wildly divergent things, but it's just like, holy shit. The straight up like, go, why don't you go kill yourself option has me judging the game a little bit. But going after him for the unethical research and the people under his own control that were being killed by his research, also that he could then put out a product that would threaten the lives of the people that would use it, while continually disregarding the safety of the people under his own control. It's like, there's so many layers of wrongness there that at some point, like, he needs to fucking face the guilt of what he's been up to this whole time. because he's just a big old problem. And he wasn't really facing it. Like, he masks elements of it in compassion, and I went back and forth a lot, but it's really hard to really commit to the idea of it being like a genuine compassion.
Best way to win a game is by getting the most body goals.
Risky. Year-over-size analysis proves that body goal attempts fail 60% more than foot goals.
And that's why the 30-second back needs to be on point at all times. They keep the wingers from bronzing the forwards.
It's statistically improbable that any 30-second back could cover every potential winger.
Huh?
These named-ass characters, I think they're just named because they have unique conversations every time you walk by. But yeah, there was the initial interaction with him that made it seem like he was just soullessly chasing the company goals, and that's all that mattered to him. Then there was the next layer where it seemed like maybe he does kind of care about the people under him, though. Like, maybe he's just a product of his environment and all that. Which could still be true. But when you see his messages about his coworkers, it really does seem to suggest that he himself still basically only cares about their well-being and their performance in the context of how well it'll help him get to Byzantium, and how their poor performance or him having to cover for them and so on can impact his chance of getting to his fucking, like, corporate nirvana. Which itself is like, the reason why I say he's always going to be hollow, like that approach, is like, he's sacrificed his own, like, his sanity, his compassion, his relationships, his morality, or everything else really that you'd want besides just raw drive. He's sacrificed everything at the altar of just raw progress for the sake of a company that won't let him back. So he's given everything to that company, and he's still, and in addition to buying the promise of that company's version of basically heaven, like where all the people who are judged poorly get the plague and don't get medicine for it and get buried in a big lot somewhere. And all the people who are judged well, that do have live a long, big, long, devout, and pure life by the company's standards, they go on to that company's version of heaven at the end, which is Byzantium. And that's not gonna fix shit. It's not gonna, like, that's not gonna be, like, that's not gonna fill the hole in his life or whatever. It's just gonna be where he dies eventually, and then realize that it was all pointless. So the one victory there was him saying, it's this place, don't you see? Because it's the moment where he kind of becomes aware that, like, it's the system that he's facilitating and enabling it through his participation that is what has ruined his entire life. As opposed to just the fact that, like, his workers don't do exactly what he wants, or this particular raid went after his particular research, which he hilariously didn't keep any copies of or anything. But it's the specific devotion to this company that is ruinous. It's a profit monster for the sake of profit, even in a weird vacuum of being so isolated from the rest of the society. Although the people making money off this colony probably are still back on Earth and a part of regular society, and not in this weird, shitty, like, separated colony. It's like pretty much everybody in this colony has a hard life, made harder by the corporate structures that do these things to them. And the people profiting from this entire colony are likely still back on Earth, having a regular life on a regular planet, or whatever the fucking place that place is like. And just everyone here is just suffering for it. I don't know what Earth's like, and I don't know if we'll ever know in this game or not, like if they'll introduce us to that. But there's a chance that back at home, it might be something comparable to what we see today on some level, like not completely morphed beyond reality. Still dealing with capitalism, all those things, but not in the warped, hyper-focused, specific nightmare version we've got here. I think being in corporate-controlled colonies with lack of oversight because they're so far away and there's so little back and forth might specifically cause this kind of cultural amplification where there's, like, religious dedication to the particular company you work for and so on. There's like no happy end for basically anyone who got stuck here, which is probably why the population's like 70% marauders at this point.
Thanks for getting me out of there.
Glad to see you're safe. What were you doing in there anyway?
Oh, we turned the old lab into storage a long time ago. Anton needed someone to fetch precursors, and when Anton needs someone to fetch something, that someone is invariably me.
You don't sound thrilled about that.
About being an assistant? No, I suppose I'm not. I know as much about this stuff as Anton does, but I'm treated like a child. You know what it's like, being shackled despite my potential? Frustrating, that's what.
Well, no problem. Stay safe. Not the most organic response. I'm bearing my heart about my frustrations in my life and stuff, blah, 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 blah. Cool, bye. That was basically my response. Nice talking to you too. Bye. Stay safe. I don't want to acknowledge the intensity of emotion that's being laid bare right now, so I'm just going to walk out of the room.
Still a lot of raptidons out there. We'll take care of them.
Don't they live here? Doesn't this place just create raptidons, like, naturally, in the most literal sense, because it's their habitat? Oh. Nope, he still killed himself. Yep. There wasn't a lot of happy endings to that story. You could debate that I, like, convinced him to kill himself by doing those persuade choices. But that wasn't necessarily the goal. It was more to make him see, in a sort of like Ebenezer Scrooge sort of way, what his life has wrought. But in this case, his response was that. It's unfortunate, but so was the last 50 years of his life.
Any news? On that thing we spoke about? You know, that thing?
Or that added question.
Lay it on me.
You work in the labs?
As little as possible. I mean, yeah. I'm staff. Endocrinologist. We've been studying a load of raptidons hauled in from Monarch.
What's your company doing here?
Ask Dr. Crane. All I know is my bit, analyzing the raptidon equivalent of hormones.
Yeah? Anyone in particular?
Mostly they're leptin analogs. Raptidons have 4 different varieties. Concentrations vary based on the season.
Leptin regulates hunger. Designer appetite suppressants, maybe?
Could be, Captain. Can't see how there's a market for them, though.
Can't hardly imagine having so much food you'd have to trick yourself into not eating it.
Roseway seems pretty run down.
It was like that when we got here. I heard it had been shut down for years. But the toilet's flush and the roof doesn't leak. Much.
I've got something else on my mind.
Hey, whatever.
I found your experiment.
Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, not mine. It's for other parties. Buyers.
I've got it. All yours.
This is gonna make me so popular. I mean, with the people who buy it, not by using it. Because I'm not.
You're definitely going to use it.
Only for testing purposes. Quality control. You would, right?
No.
Gosh, no. Not even once.
You just don't understand the market. Anyway, here's a cut for you. In advance for my profits. Pleasure doing business with you.
And here's your cut. Do-do-do-do. I don't know. I do feel bad about the suicide. That might be a controversial start to the episode. But that was not the point at all. I think we're mostly done here. Yeah. Got the acid steeper, the big one. Yeah. One more thing here. The idea was to get him to take responsibility for his actions and the implications of it all. The unethical, dangerous research. The fact that they were doing experiments where they would just kill random people that worked for them in order to test it, and so on. And what it was going to do going out. And the way that he, despite this, he was willing to push past this all for the sake of his career, just so he could die in a nicer place. And faced with that, and the acknowledgement of all that, that was his response.
Oh, hello. Why do you seem familiar? Have we met?
Yeah, you asked me to grab your prototype schematics from storage.
Ah, yes. Very good. And have you done that?
Got them right here.
What a relief. You hold months of work in your hands.
So hold on, force weapons are contraband. Why didn't you turn this in when you found it?
Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. What a waste of potential that would have been.
These are valuable schematics. I could sell them for quite a profit.
Sadly true. Contraband does tend to fetch a high price among the colony's ne'er-do-wells. So be it. I'll buy them off of you.
Auntie Cleo reputation decreased. It should have decreased a lot more times before now, which I think it weirdly hasn't. Feel.
Much obliged. Here are your bids. Now, let's see here. Attach this, twist that, apply a little pressure, and voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Thank the law. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
I'll call you? Maybe. Wow, I haven't even finished leveling up yet, and I'm about to level up again. We just burned through an entire level's worth. So I lost the schematics, but are you saying I gained the pistol? Auntie Cleo reputation increased. I actually don't know where my reputation is with them right now. Agreeable. Oh, it's a very slight negative increase. Huh. Of all the things I've done so far, that was the one thing that gave me negative reputation. I find that interesting. I did so many things against their interest on this planet. I guess some of it was covered by the fact that I lied about it, and they fell for it. And then there's the next layer. The person who sent me on the mission in the first place, I guess, killed themselves, so I guess there's even less of a trail there, or something. This episode started dark. The science is already at 50. My picking in general can still go higher. I think we should just kind of jumpstart some of that, even if it means jamming points in there. Because my lockpicking and hacking will just cost less if I get them past certain milestones. Access to restricted item vending machines, just got that now. Find more bits and containers. But also my score checks are just going to be better now. And already our 4th perk point, huh? So I get TTD and health every time I kill anything, and I do bonus weak spot damage, which is kind of like part of the point of me. Every kill reduces my companion's cooldowns. It does make a kind of sense. So you can just keep looping back and forth. Yeah. Just keep getting better at combat. I think that's it. Yeah, we've cleaned... Ooh, Yeah, we've cleaned this menu up a lot. Anything botched? No botched missions. So we need to talk to Lily Hagen, but only after I can gain access to new locations. So the big thing is to definitely visit with Gladys. And so we shall. Region. There we go. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. It's framed like a newspaper headline, so I always want to kind of acknowledge it.
Space adventuring is tiring work.
The required snakes. Oop. Force ultimatum 220 DPS gun, which is not amazing. It is a low level though. I'm somewhat trying to remember. Shit. Heavy weapons. Parvati. So I have a skill that makes me better with science guns, but I'm actually trying to remember what makes something a science gun. Because is science gun a category of weapon? Like where it says long gun or handgun? Or is it a gun that has certain plasma? What, like, does having plasma or electricity damage make you a science gun? Maybe science gun just refers to like that one weird electric gun I had a while ago. And like maybe the flamethrower or something. No, that was a heavy weapon. I'm not entirely sure. A lot of stats.
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big.
Sure, what do you need?
I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go steady, straight out. And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship.
Bringing her home to meet the family, huh? Bold move.
Oh gosh, do you think so? I just figured, you know, there's nowhere she can go on Groundbreaker where folks don't know her. Here she can relax.
Good for you. Any way I can help?
I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease and I ain't showered in nigh on a week. I smell like sweat most days and, well, don't look too close to my fingernails. I was thinking, hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies.
Groundbreaker's got a lot of vendors. What are you thinking?
Oh, that nice older lady in the rest and go, Miss Gladys? She seemed to know lots of things. Maybe she knows where to find fancy soap.
Easy enough. We could head straight over.
I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't gotta change plans on account of me. Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker, let me know. 'Cause I wanna come with.
Yeah, I'm literally going to that character next. I'm going directly to Gladys. I am going 0% out of my way, as it turns out.
Good to see you, boss.
Not much conversation with him, huh? Either no talk or get the fuck out.
Something on your mind?
Be consistently that. Oh, you are here. You just blend in so much.
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
Not much, apparently. Alright, so it's Parvati who gets the updates. Oh, yeah. Install the acid steeper. What?
Initiating initialization sequences. Greetings, customer! This SAM unit is unable to locate your registered information. Would you like to register your SAM?
Yes.
Registering new owner, Captain.
Welcome to the crew, Sam.
SAM units live to clean and clean to live.
Oh, he's going. That's all it took. You just get the acid steeper and he's good to go. What does an acid steeper entail? Because I feel like he might just, like, take somebody the fuck out. Could have a leak right here. Anyone else gonna react to this thing that's happening? So is it cleaning acid? I would just be a little concerned for a few different reasons. I guess he just took right to it.
Dust accumulation analysis. 2.5 years.
Good work, Sam.
Thank you, customer. SAM. We guarantee it's the only sanitation and maintenance unit you'll ever need.
So where did you come from?
All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box.
No, I mean, I want to know more about you.
Did you know SAM units are capable of equipping regulation-grade flamethrower nozzles? Upgrade your attachment today and get to firing away.
Firing away. Oh my, well, he's gonna be something. Precious, even. Well, Parvati, you wanted cleaning supplies. I've got a few ideas.
Would you like a reminder on when your next shower is scheduled?
No joke. Do we have a shower? I'm not sure we have a shower. Formerly the property of Frey, posthumously put to better use in your quarters. Messages for Steve Buckworthy. From J. Tennyson. Subject poem. This isn't to me, it's to Parvati. Why is it coming to me? Parvati, I don't do this. Ever. So here goes. There's this engine, see? And it hums real nice. Like a box of cats playing with mice. But she's coughing and hacking up sludge. 'Cause there's a blockage that just won't budge. What's an engine to do? Then this wrencher strides in like a shark. Hair all done up and fancy and dark. She feels a spasm in her compression alternator, trembling because it's aching to meet her. What's an engine to do? I've got, 5 more stanzas mapped out, but I'm having trouble rhyming some of the parts, so I'll get back to you on that. About that talk we had. We were talking about old friendships, you know, and I got to thinking about Isabel. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking. We were a mess. A good mess, but a mess. I'm a better me than I was then. Wanted you to know. Even when I drink too much of the old family recipe. You're pretty swell, Party T. Damn you, insta spell check, meet my wrench. I'm too tired. Just gonna put my head down for... And then she sends it somehow. I don't even know how you do that with your forehead, but congratulations. I also don't know why I'm getting those maybe I just get every messages? I don't know. It's labeled as being for Steve Buckworthy, but it's actually for Parvati that I'm like intercepting it somehow. Search Hephaestus mining. Archive cartridge for keyword weapon. Whoop. Hello. Now we know there's a weapon on Cilia. Cilia. Somebody will pronounce it eventually. And I might even notice. Result number 1 from the site supervisor's personal logs. That captain sold Harris something called the Rearranger, then left before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Only thing it rearranged is the number of bits on Harris's cart. Looks like some strange tech or a weapon. Maybe a scientist can make something of it. Result number 2 from the site safety officer's incident report. Doc Caulfield couldn't save Lem. Now I gotta arrest Harris for his murder. Confiscated that weapon he used and stored it in Birdie's office for now. Figured the least the site supervisor can do is fill out the forms for whatever that damn thing is. Don't know how I'm gonna detain Harris. Not like we got prison cells in this rock. Result number 3 from Barbara's coronary inquest. Given name, Lemuel. Family name, Harryford. Employment status, indenture. Contract term, 35 years, 2 months, 16 days, 5 hours, 33 minutes approximately remaining. Time of deceasement, 18:27 hours approximately. Cause of deceasement, blunt force trauma. Weapon unknown. Took a good whack to the noggin, the facial area, to be specifical about it. It's all twisted up too. Nose is 5 times too big, jaw is shrunk to almost nothing, teeth are all out of kilter. Though I suppose that was true pre-deceasement. If the blow itself didn't kill him, there's no way he could have breathed with all that damage. Oh my god, I did level up again. Wow. This is the rapid experience episode, apparently. Yeah, that's... okay, that's why it's called the Rearranger. But it's blunt force weapon, so... I kind of expected like a laser, like the, there was a gun that could shrink and inflate people in Turok Rage Wars, the only Turok game I've ever played. It was the multiplayer N64 one that you'd go at each other with. It would like shrink. I think it was called the Emaciator. I think it was called the Emaciator because it would shrink them down to like being just like their skeletal structure. They had to use that to take their nutrients away, I guess. But you could also like do the alternate fire that would like inflate them, so they would blow it out until they popped. So I kind of thought like it would be some weird science gun like that, but I guess it's more of a what you call it, some sort of weird weapon that does a similar effect, but it's like blunt. It's a melee weapons, which is just like less what you'd expect to be able to do those kinds of effects on people, I guess. 20% bonus weak spot damage would be nice. Do I want to invest that right now though? Coward target gets reduced armor. We can still go 10 points further into lockpicking to hit the 50. Engineering is so much lower than science. Science is really specifically capped out here. Companions gain 20% armor rating. Actually makes a lot of sense. Enjoy that. And 20% bonus critical damage. That should hopefully keep them going a bit more. Start the episode level 13 and the episode level 15. Hell, we're only halfway through the episode. Might gain more, but that was really the turn-ins of all the stuff I did on that planet.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Yeah, did you have a favorite among the crew? It's me, right?
Define favorite.
Someone you like the most.
I see. In that case, my favorite is S.A.M.
Good. That's good.
And I'm sure I rank as your favorite autonomous digital astrogator. I am pleased we have that settled. Was that all you wanted to ask me? You seem hesitant to discuss what's actually troubling you. Perhaps there is something you wanted to confess?
I have a secret phobia. I'm actually afraid of sock puppets. I killed your captain. It was an accident. I'm sorry.
How did he die?
He was crushed under my escape pod.
I told him not to go because of his head injury. I knew that likely, but I never thought. I need a moment to process this, though I am not certain why, as it does not change the outcome. Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself.
I've been slowly injecting you with a deadly neurotoxin. Your secret is that you were in love with Alex Hawthorne.
I do not like joking about the Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion.
Are you sentient?
What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
Technically, you already have the ship. You could just do stuff, basically. You are clandestinely plotting to take over the Halcyon system.
How did you guess, Captain? Did S.A.M tell you? I should have known better than to confide in such a primitive construct in the heat of the moment.
That's all for now. Man, she's got this whole relationship with Sam, who's existed for 3 seconds. Time moves fast in this game with companions, apparently. Alright, we've been here, 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 and here. That. I mean, if I'm going on a get clean mission, it's obvious who I should take. Just seems straightforward. If we ask about cleaning products and Sam doesn't have any dialogue, I'm gonna be very disappointed. I was about to say maybe the quest even triggered because we got him, but actually I didn't install that till afterwards.
Battery levels are fully charged.
Wow! Good work, Sam.
Thank you, customer. S.A.M, merciless on germs.
She's like a weeping angel. She just appears and disappears. I don't really know if it, yeah, it's probably not a lot of characters walking around here. Haven't talked to you for a while. Anything new?
Hey there.
Hi.
Be seeing you.
Okay. Is my giant robot nightmare contraband by any chance? Only one way to find out. Ow. God damn, I can jump like crazy apparently. My crew member, clean her.
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do.
I investigated that distress signal from Roseway.
What's that? Speak up now.
About those secrets you asked me to look for.
What'd you turn up?
I could have brought the Raptidon Musk here too. That would have made more sense. And been less distressing than giving her the toothpaste formula. I got so wrapped up in the context of the individual planet, I kind of lost track of the original reason I was there. There was 3 things I could have held on to that I didn't hold on to. I made great decisions this episode. I found a prototype weapon schematic from Force, but I lost it.
Bless your slippery little fingers. Isn't that just a shame? Prototype schematics go for a fair handful of bits around here.
I do have the gun constructed from the prototype, though. I could just hand over, potentially. I acquired some research on Raptidon Musk, but I found another buyer.
A shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. That would have fetched a good price.
Yeah.
I may have thrown in a batch of my famous sugar cookies just to sweeten the deal. If Auntie Cleo's exporting wraps from Monarch, golly me, someone's going to be in the soup when they get caught.
Yeah, I honestly wish I had done that one differently. That would definitely that would have been the preferred one instead of just giving it to back to that guy, who I didn't particularly care about. I can lie and say it's experimental rocket fuel. I don't like that they're saying it's a fancy toothpaste formula. I don't like that it's called this fancy toothpaste formula because it's bad. It makes people go blind, and I don't get to warn her about that. So I might want to lie to her. The guy did say that with some minor alterations it could potentially become rocket fuel. So it's almost not a lie. I found a formula for experimental rocket fuel. Seems like pretty advanced stuff.
My stars, what a find. Fine picking like this deserves an equally fine payout. Go on, dearie, and don't spend it all in one place.
That might come back to bite me in the ass later. I mean, it's experimental. That means it's not like done or anything. They're working on it. So like, if the guy was right about how it could be turned into rocket fuel, then maybe they actually can. Maybe they can. You can really push your luck here with intimidating persuasion to get a better price. But like, you better be really good at it, because Auntie Gladys is not one to fuck with, as it seems. I think that's it.
Are you positive? Honest to goodness?
I'm certain there's nothing left.
Can't say I wasn't hoping for more, but I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now. You can come visit anytime.
My engineer's looking to do some... I only got 300 cartridges from that. Not great.
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
How much money do I have? I have over 10 grand. I might just have to spend it, yeah. So those were all chances for me to make money, and I did get paid by turning the quest in, so I still made my money. It's just I could have maybe made more money here in each case. Alright. Yeah, I guess I ultimately didn't fail because I got paid for my objectives along the way. So I was given payment either way. That was the ultimate goal, was just to make any payment, make any money in general to be able to afford this. Not like I was going to trade them and then just get the thing for free.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea.
I'll buy the Stellar Bay nav key.
Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. She's a dear. You'll love her. Now, was there anything else?
My engineer's looking to do some deep cleansing. Wants to impress Chief Junlei.
I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time, or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Refurbished ship? Shouldn't she be answering? Oh yeah, there she is. What's you got a preference, Parvati?
Oh gosh, we never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny, miny, moe it.
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
I mean, you're not trying to sleuth, so that kind of gets rid of one of them. The opposite. Mock apple and rose-ish. Nobody even has anything real. What about mock apple and cinnamon? Cinnamon? Like cinnamon? God damn, I hate... Parvati's sweet, just like a pie.
Captain!
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear.
Thanks for the time.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Yep, you never get out of that chair.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you.
What do you think of that new guy, Felix?
He seems like a nice boy to me. I'm glad you gave him a shot.
He seems like a risk, all that talk of getting into a fight with his foreman.
Because we've never ended up in a fight? I mean, sure, he's a bit rough around the edges. I bet he just needs somebody to show him a better path.
That's a weird response a little bit, because we've never gotten into a fight. People shoot at us whenever we go outside. It's a little different than like beating on your boss. Bludgeoning him with a blunt weapon until he's knocked unconscious is like... That's how people die, and it was because he was bad-mouthing a sports team. You seriously think I'm the right sword to put him on the right course in life?
You might surprise yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna get to be a daddy. Hello, son.
I'm gonna be able to set foot on a whole other planet? I know monarchs and moons. I think it counts anyhow.
Area analysis is as follows. Significant dust and spore. Concentration. Vacuuming estimate. Calculating. Calculating. Calculating.
Oh. Poor guy's trying to think of how long it would take to fix this fuck up. Yeah, you're gonna need a squad.
I hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe.
So there's your soap.
Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets.
Alright, we'll figure it out.
Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
Well, looks like we're not done here. We're gonna be heading off to... Oh, you poor man. But before we resolve this, we're gonna be going off to Stellar Bay. That, I guess, romancing might be her, like, campaign duration, quest, isn't it? Probably different ingredients that you can find on every other planet. Or in this case, moon.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears?
To gain authorization credentials, an engineer must be registered as the unit's designated caretaker. Do you wish to assign yourself this designation, engineer?
You asking me to be your minder? I suppose you can't be any more complicated than an autoloader. All right, I'll do it.
Updating registration. Updating. Updating. Ding. Holcomb Parvati, is now responsible for the S.A.M unit's maintenance. Designated caretaker. There is a rock in this unit's tread. Removal of foreign debris requested.
You have a tread? I didn't know you had a... Where's your tread? Anyway. Reminder. Unauthorized things are unauthorized. I don't know. I appreciate this tradition here that to this day, like my favorite video game RPG thing is Mass Effect 1 specifically, the first one. So it's been nice seeing this tradition from that game spread to other things where you get into a elevator with two companions, they're gonna have a chat and they're gonna have to write a lot of conversations for each combination of characters so they can all have a little character moment whenever you're in an elevator, even if the elevator's like 3 seconds long and the conversation's like a minute long. Whereas in the Mass Effect, of course, the elevators were pretty long on Xbox 360 and the conversations were not necessarily.
Make this conversation worth my time, Captain.
Damn. I got the nav key to Stellar Bay. Is that job still up for grabs?
Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
What's Sublight doing in Fallbrook?
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around with a board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
How unconventional? Asking for a friend?
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
That's really specific. What kind of salvage are we looking for?
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas.
So I'm going after Alta Vitae gas? What exactly is that?
It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer.
That's what all of you tell me.
Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
I'll take the job.
Now get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
What am I looking for?
Don't go looking for anything, except salvage. Just watch out. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
I ain't worried if you aren't, Captain. Honest.
That might be suggesting at the through line for here. Maybe there's some sort of thing where someone's hunting down their agents.
We're not gonna have to hurt nobody, are we?
We've hurt a lot of people already, Parvati.
Things detected traveling on an organic substance in the immediate vicinity.
I just washed these coveralls last week. They're still spick and span. Mostly.
Preparing degreaser nozzle for deployment.
Sam, don't you dare. Sam, I see you pointing that thing my way. What did I just say?
Cancel cleaning schedule?
Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with a little mess. But I appreciate the gesture, I suppose.
I was definitely expecting them that kind of exchange to happen. Kind of had thought Sam would have a similar reaction, just the general premise of us like seeking to clean Parvati, and it's like, well, I got a cleaner bot. It's really specific and the timing is incredible, but I guess your problem solved for free.